we're going to be talking about one Banda and Sirf Ye Bandaa Kaafi hai. We're talking about Manoj Bajpayee and the makers of this film. We have producer Vinod Bhanushali and the director Apoorv Singh Karki. Hello and welcome.
Thank you.
Sir, any project you are a part of, there's just so much curiosity about it. You lend that sort of credibility to a project that you choose. Now with someone with a body of work like yours, like every project you choose, do you think it has to be better than the one before?
No, it's never. I mean, it's not that Banda is better than Gulmohar or Gulmohar was better than Banda. Each and every story has its own challenges, and it also originates from different sources. Okay, and my job as an actor is to choose the exciting one and choose the one which you think people would have an experience that they would never had before. Okay, and also I'll get a motivation to go on the set every day with new energy, with new motivation, with certain challenges to meet and overcome.
So you being a part of a film is always, something that adds on to the film. He's a jewel in any crown. When you come, talking about your body of work, so 2 films, Janhit Mein Jari, you have Atal, very diverse, and adding to that, Banda, this one based on a true story, right? Any true story comes with its own challenges, especially one that is so controversial as this one. As a producer, why did you put your money there?
I think it's about storytelling. So when you believe in, there's a story which has happened. I mean, this is not a fiction, work of fiction. There's certain incidents which has happened with some gentlemen, and when it came to us, the story of PC Solanki, we thought, yeah, this was a story of a common man who, by his own courage, has done a heroic, he's done a heroic thing like getting justice to a minor child who was not mistreated. And as a society, we always feel that if that story is amongst us, it has to go
to a wider
audience, so that the effect of that goes to people who may be thinking that this is a easy getaway. Will refrain from that.
So this is also message is right. So this is also a message to all the potential perpetrators of the predators.
Exactly.
Okay, it is a reminder to them that the end result of their act, even if they are planning or thinking, it is not going to get them they are not going to get away with it, so easily. They will be caught and they'll be met with rigorous imprisonment.
And even if you are a godman, this says man against godman, which is something that people hide behind a curtain, hide behind a veneer. So while it's a true story, like you're saying, it's also a lesson that people who maybe not have watched it. For instance, I hear this is premiering at the New York Film Festival. Right? It's a story that needs to reach a larger audience, and film is a great medium.
Film is great because it reaches immediately. It reaches to so many millions of people, and also when it's coming on OTT, you should be rest assured that it will be streaming in 180 countries, and at the same time, so it will be available to so many households, where it is very, very essential that those family members watch the film and be alarmed and cautioned about the danger which is lurking around the vulnerable ones. And the vulnerable ones are the children. Children till the time they are adult, it becomes the responsibility of the parents and their near and dear ones to really take care of them and not to trust anyone. Anyone, be it a family member or a relative or an unknown person or a person that you trust so much. You can't trust anyone with your child. So this is a lesson, actually. Banda film is a great dramatic story, a story of a film, which has some, tremendous performances, editing, background music, everything is just fantastic about it. But at the same time, in the center of it, there is a victim. and she's only 15 years old, 16 years old.
Mhm.
So it's her story that has happened in real. She stood her ground with courage. When none of her parents were powerful ones, there was only one person who, came in the front and held the hand of the girl, and really walked along and found the justice. That's the film.
Yeah.
So we were very, very convinced about the story or the incident that has happened. We are very convinced about one thing, that not only we are going to make a great film, because if you don't make a good film, message will be wasted.
Yeah.
So if Apoorv Singh Karki has managed to make a fantastic film, I'm very sure these messages will be loud and clear to the people, which is very important to reach it to them.
So it's always good to have a great talented actor like you do a role, but when you're as passionate about it as well, I think it's definitely irreplaceable, invaluable.
So what happens when we are interviewing, and I know these two faces generate a lot of curiosity, because everyone in this country is aware of the case. Okay, but for me, it's not about these two people. It's about the courage of that girl. It's about that danger that the children are facing today, okay, from their near and dear ones, from the people who their parents really trust blindly. So it is also a warning to the parents that just because you have given a birth to a child, that doesn't mean your responsibility ends there.
And also tells people that even if it happens, you can speak up.
Right.
And there is somebody who will take your pure case and
Right.
who will fight. It's great to see that representation on screen. Apoorv, this is such a tricky story. Of course, front and center, you have this fantastic actor. I think I've used up all those adjectives for him. You have a producer who firmly believes in this project. But as he was saying, even if the message is really strong, right? It's a great message. And everyone will agree the message is right.
Right.
No one's going to argue against it. The film needs to be good so that it can reach more people, and also needs to be entertaining on some level, right? As a director, how did you manage that?
I think the first thing that what I believe is you have to believe in the subject. If the heart is in the right place, half the battle is won. So in this case, we had a great subject. We had a subject which was socially relevant, and we had a subject which we also believed in.
Right.
We thought that it is a kind of story that we want to tell it to the audience, क्योंकि इस तरह के सब्जेक्ट का ना एक वाइडर अवेयरनेस बहुत जरूरी है. लोगों को पता ही नहीं है. People still don't know what rape of a minor is.
Poxo,
They don't
yeah,
know Poxo. They don't know. So we wanted to talk about it. और जब इस तरह का कोई सब्जेक्ट आता है, मेरा विश्वास है, तो फिर मेरी सारी एनर्जी और सारा फोकस लग जाता है एक अच्छी कहानी कहने में. जिसके हमारे केस में दीपक इंगरानी जो बहुत अच्छे राइटर है, उन्होंने 6 महीने की रिसर्च करी. सोलंकी जी जिन पे किरदार आधारित है, उन्होंने हमारी बड़ी हेल्प करी, और हमने 6 महीने में बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर क्रैक कर लिया था. फिर विनोद सर, सुपन के साथ हम लोगों ने एक स्क्रीन प्ले तैयार किया. वंस दैट वाज रेडी, आवर जॉब वाजंट डन. फिर मनोज सर के साथ हमने बैठ के अराउंड 5 से 6 ड्राफ्ट्स में वापस चेंज किए. सो अंटिल एंड अनलेस वी वर कन्विंस्ड दैट वी हैड अ ग्रेट स्क्रिप्ट, बिकॉज इट्स अ सेंसिटिव सब्जेक्ट, तो हमें ये ध्यान भी रखना था कि कोई भी बात हम हल्के में नहीं कहना चाहते थे. हम लोग पूरी श्रद्धा के साथ उस बात को कहना चाह रहे थे. एंड आई थिंक जब आपकी 1 साल, 1.25 साल की मेहनत पूरी हो जाती है, तो फिर आप बाकी चीजें ऊपर वाले पे छोड़ देते हैं. यू कैन ओनली डू एज मच एज यू कैन, एंड आई थिंक लेट्स सी.
You can do as much as you can. Script is there, but here you have an actor who does so much homework. Tell me, apart from the script, what were the notes that he made in that script? That's what I'm most interested in.
I think वो एक ऐसी चीज है, वो सर ही बता पाएंगे. मैं बस इतना बता सकता हूँ कि जब हमारी तैयारी शुरू हो रही थी, प्री प्रोड शुरू हो गया था, इन्होंने कहा था मैं रोज 4 बजे तेरे घर आऊंगा. बस उतना ही होता था. और यही एक कॉन्वर्सेशन होती है. कोई मेल नहीं चाहिए, कोई मैसेज नहीं चाहिए. एक रैंडम कॉल पे बोलेंगे 4 बजे से कल से मैं तेरे घर आऊंगा. फिर शाम को अगले दिन 4 बजे ये एक्चुअली घर में आ जाएंगे. और हम रोज स्क्रिप्ट रीड करते थे. रोज वी वर सिटिंग, आई थिंक फॉर hundreds of times we were sitting on script reading. पहले नॉर्मल रीडिंग करते थे, फिर सर डायलॉग अपने कैरेक्टर के साथ रीडिंग करते थे. So I think हमने बहुत सारी तैयारी करी. अब नोट्स जो स्पेसिफिक नोट्स बनाए, I think sir will be able to.
The notes I'm my whole thing. So I have a thing. Many of the actors in the world, they make notes on their scripts. I don't know, somehow since my theatre days, I never scribbled anything on my script.
Oh.
Somehow I really, every time I open my script, it has to feel fresh.
It should be pristine.
Pristine completely.
Okay.
So that is something that I don't do it. But notes I keep making. And anything, suppose I'm making tea at my place, and suddenly I'm thinking about the film and the character, and suddenly some idea comes to me. I leave everything. I just go to my room and note it down on the in a notebook, and then again come back.
Why
to
not
my
on your phone? May I ask? Now everyone does everything on their phone.
Because I'm not so used to it writing on the phone. So I'm so much so that all these scripts I always want hardbound.
Okay.
Not even I can't read it on computer on laptop. So that's the way I am. So I have to feel the paper. In my hand. I want to see the pages, how many pages I've already finished. So yeah, these are the habits, old habits. They die hard.
Almost
that's
18
what
drafts have been done.
Wow.
18 drafts.
So
Well,
what was the
12
course of this?
I
Just
think
to
1
make
year.
it better,
1 year.
better. Yeah. For
1
Oh,
year.
over 1 year, is it? And so you interacted with the character.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
based on Mr. Solanki.
No.
is
So
it?
we decided that we are not going to do it.
Mhm.
Because see, nobody knows how Solanki ji looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was not important for me
To have those mannerisms.
Not
or
at all.
anything, yeah.
Not at all. The important was to get the essence of that man into my own interpretation of him. Okay. So the moment I meet somebody, suppose I meet my character whom nobody knows, my flight of imagination will stop. Okay. Then I'll only be looking at his mannerisms, how he walks, how he sits, how he eats. So I didn't want to do all of that. I wanted to really take a flight. From all the research that these guys have done, the script which was there. So it was like an open book for me, and from there I just started adding things. Few things from here, a few things from there. And from the script, I realized that this man is this man is this. Okay, let's get these main elements into this character. But surprisingly, when I saw few of the scenes when he edited, I somehow felt that there at places I actually behaved like him.
Oh, even though you didn't meet him.
I met him only during the shoot.
Okay.
But by then the character was all consolidated. So but somewhere I felt that I don't know how those hand gestures or the standing gesture, I don't know how it all came in. I really don't know.
Maybe, sir, the script, sometimes brings it all in. I
Right.
think perhaps that's
Right.
really cool to know, that
Right.
subconsciously or however that happened.
Yeah.
One message in this that I felt was very important from what I saw in the trailer is that the Supreme Court says that if a woman, or just a woman's statement is enough to determine if she has been raped, even if there are no other witnesses, if she's able to convince the court, then that is enough.
Yeah.
And at the core of that speech, the message is believe women, right? And that's still a struggle, not just in India. Across the world, people are fighting that. Even though we have a charge like POCSO, where immediately as soon as that charge is put, you are to be arrested. It's a very serious charge. Despite that, look, this man had to fight so much.
Right.
And this is not a new story. It's an age-old thing, crimes
Right.
against women. I found that message very important in it.
Right.
Believe women message.
Yes, that's it. You're so right. And this is what we are focusing on. This is what we are focused in the film. So for me, it is not about these two gentlemen. It is about that case and that courage of that minor girl, because of whom this case could reach the final end, okay, to its right conclusion.
So you're not a stranger to a man fighting the system or even being fought back with Aligarh, the kind of opposition you faced when that film was made. After that, and after seeing the sort of success that the film got, even the people who opposed it at the end of the day appreciated it.
Right.
After that, did it give you more courage to go ahead and pick subjects that other people might be a little worried about?
you should always fight a good fight. You know, if you are not fighting a good fight, you are fighting something else. You know, then your intention is something else. This is a good fight. You know, if I personally think that we made a film with complete conviction. The producer's intention was completely unadulterated. Director tried to do complete justice to the story. You know, with whatever the ability that he has, with whatever ability I have, I try to put in my sweat and blood into performance. But in the end, if there is a fight, then it's a good fight. Okay, it's not a fight only for a film that we have made. It's a fight for a film that we made on a bigger subject, bigger issue, an issue which concerns each and every child. So if anyone who is out there thinking to fight with us, they should only think, what if your daughter was in the place of this victim? Always think from that perspective.
But I think like any woman, sir, you know, I don't know if we should think about women as daughter, sister, mother.
Right.
I feel like any woman.
I mean,
There has to be respect.
Yes.
See,
You
so
know,
you
it's all
have
about
to-
self-respect also.
Absolutely, yeah.
What I was trying to aim at, that, you know, it's here the issue is not a good entertainment film, which is there. It's a great story. You will, you know, very dramatic.
Yeah.
You'll be getting that. But at the end of the day, it's a story of that minor.
Yeah.
Okay?
You have to be so sensitive about
Yeah.
it. And, you know, and I love hearing that sort of energy that you brought to it. It's great that you're fighting the good fight, sir.
So if there is a fight, it will be a good fight. If there is a good fight, we are ready to fight.
So only because of the good fight, I feel like you're an actor who has just won so much love, goodwill, praise. It's been 30 years now.
Yeah, 30.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that.
Thank you.
When exactly was the anniversary, sir? When did you celebrate it?
No, I mean, what is there to celebrate?
We will celebrate it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking to all of you guys. Bandaa is releasing. That's a celebration. You know, what a life I have seen. How much love people have given me till now, and is still giving, and how many good, great producers and the directors are showing so much of belief in me. That's a celebration for me.
And what art you've given us, sir. That's always a celebration. Now, before I wrap up, I'll say 30 years. Do you look like this? You debuted when you were 5 years or 10 years old or what, sir?
Thank you. Thank you very much. But you know, one has to sacrifice a lot.
I can tell.
I can't have my biryani.
No biryani for you.
No, yeah. No.
Every film has physical prep or what? This, I didn't think there would be prep in this one, physical prep.
There was no, I mean, but you know, we were in Jodhpur and Mr. Bhanushali has put us up in a vegetarian 5-star hotel.
Oh, so that's why no biryani. Don't say because of diet. That's the reason there was no biryani. Okay. That's why there was no biryani.
Satvik, na sab kuch.
Vegetarian 5-star.
But sir, it's working for you. See,
Thank you.
looking better than ever.
Thank you.
A
Thank
film
you.
that's looking great.
Thank you very much. Please watch the film.
Definitely.
Spread the word. 23rd May, Z5.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.